Good morning, everyone. This is Karl F. Rose recording live from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Saturday, September 10th, 2022. And this is going to be an NFL podcast. I'm not going to focus on any particular team throughout the year, but in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about basically Matthew Stafford and the Rams, and then the Lions. But as the season progresses, I might do my podcast on Monday and talk about a particular game or a particular team or something. So I won't be focusing on just one team. So any kind of big news, whatever, regardless of the team. Anyway, well, let's get into the preparation. Tomorrow's the first week of the NFL Sunday season. As we already know that the Rams lost in a pathetic manner to the Buffalo Bills. And don't get me wrong, the Buffalo Bills are a very good team, and I think they're going to be very hard to stop in the AFC. I don't think I gave them enough credit in some of my predictions. They just played really good. So, but Matthew Stafford looked terrible. He looked just like it was the old Matthew Stafford on the Lions. However, I will, to the credit of the Rams and the Rams offense, I want to point the finger at Coach McVay. He didn't put any of his starters in the preseason, which is understandable. I can see why, because of injuries and so forth. But I guess he wants Matthew Stafford to get killed or something. I think having some of your starters at least play a quarter or a few drives during the preseason games, I think that's essential. They don't need to play the whole game, just enough to get the rustiness out. We'll see next week what happens if the Rams turn it around. I kind of expect them, but that's for another podcast. But anyway, as it stands now, the Los Angeles Lions, they look like the Los Angeles Lions under Stafford. 3 picks. It was bad. Okay, now we're done with that. Let's go with the Detroit Lions, a complete train wreck of a team, coached by Dan Campbell, who I actually absolutely love. They have potential, but I love the enthusiasm that Coach Campbell has brought to the Lions in the preseason games that I watched. Even with their backups, it seems like they are very inspired and very motivated. But they've got a challenge. They've basically lost their offensive line. They've got Ragnow, and then the other guy's name, Vitae. I can't pronounce his full name, but that's basically the bulk of their offensive line. I don't see how they're going to be able to overcome that unless unless he pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Maybe he knows. I know they've picked up another beefy offensive lineman from waivers from the Dolphins, so who knows? Only Coach Campbell does, and we'll wait. We'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. I'll watch the game after it's done. I'll watch the replays and I'll evaluate it that way. But here's my challenge to Coach Campbell. Just get the win. I don't see it happening. I'll get to what I think my title on this podcast shows the score that I'm going to predict. But get the win. If the Lions defense shows up and they play and if they can contain Jalen Hurts, if they can contain him, keep him from, he's going to run. He's going to get some runs on him. That goes without saying. He doesn't have the best throwing arm in the world, but if they can keep his total rushing throughout the game to maybe less than 30 yards, that's going to be a positive thing. But you won't be able to shut him down completely. That's just not going to happen. They need to take away. They need what they do need to do is take away the receipt. Actually, they gotta stop the run, force him to make bad throws, and then we'll just have to see how good the Lions secondary is. The Lions secondary's got to play their A game. If they're not there, it's going to be toast. And then the patchwork offensive line for the Lions. Now maybe they can get something going. If they can do some time-consuming clock, if they can just go down the field methodically and just eat up a ton of clock and keep Hurts off the field as much as possible, kind of play this like you're playing against Aaron Rodgers. Just keep him sitting on the side, and that's how you beat him. Keep him on the bench while your offense is just chewing up time. If the Lions can keep the Campbell and the Lions can keep the Eagles to in their point total in the 20s, the Lions have a chance. And even if the Lions eke out a field goal, a win, last second field goal, 24-23 or 27-26 or something like that, that could be a win for the Lions. But I do not see that happening. Now, let me tell you what I think is going to happen. The offensive line is not going to help Goff. He's going to be on his back most of the day. Maybe there might be some bright spots where they dump it off to Swift. And if DeAndre Swift can, instead of doing all those dancing around, I think Deuce Staley is wrong on how he's using DeAndre Swift. He wants DeAndre Swift. They have Reynolds to go up the middle. But Deuce Staley wants Swift to go up the middle, and that's not his area. If they can get him out, get the short passes out, maybe up the middle, do some things like that. There are some weaknesses in the Eagles' defense that the Lions can take advantage of, and that's all depending on how the offensive line plays. If they are not giving Jared Goff any time, and he's going to be like Stafford on his back all the day, it's going to be just an absolute massacre. And that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting a very poor running game. Offense not much on the field because they can't establish any long clock eating up drives and that sort of thing. They're just going to be 3 outs. And I see the final score as being like 58-2. Hutchinson is going to get his. I see Hutchinson getting his first career NFL sack in the game, and it'll be a safety. That's going to be their only points. So my challenge to Coach Campbell is get your team fired up, however you have to do, and just get a win no matter what, even if you have to squeak it out. But I don't see it happening. I see it just an absolute, positively blowout, wipeout. But if they lose and they lose in a close game, a loss is a loss. It's still L. They need to come out and start the season with a W, no matter what, because that's what he's trying to bring to Detroit. I don't see it happening in this game. Anyway, well, that's it. Talk to you later.